Hey everybody, I know it's Saturday, but we're doing a bonus episode for a couple of reasons. One, because I wanted to test out some new settings in OBS, and two, just because I don't get to play this type of game on the channel a lot, for several reasons, which I'm sure I'll go into over the course of the video. But I wanted to play Nier Automata, just because I finally picked it up after the longest time, and honestly, it's not what I expected. With all the controversy, I expected it to be robotic butt all the time. Is that why you bought it? No, I bought it because I saw this thing and I just wanted to kill its face. But it's not what I expected at all. It's... Well, I'll let the opening scene run and then I'll get into it.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
This is Command. Yorha Squadron, come in.
2B here. All units have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot systems green across the board.
This is Operator 60. All units confirmed.
We've passed the 50-kilometer threshold and are proceeding toward the target.
Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation. Then destroy the Goliath-class unit by any means necessary, and gather what data you can.
Understood. 12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
Origin point of long-range lasers confirmed.
I wonder if it kept my
11
settings from my
down.
main file.
Our HO229 cancelers are ineffective.
I'm gonna guess probably not.
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage.
Permission granted.
Yeah, no, that is unacceptable. Oh, I can't change my settings yet? Oh, that's unacceptable. Why is right bumper fire when right trigger makes so much more sense?
7E down.
And that is one of the problems I have with it. The default control scheme is somewhat nonsense. It just doesn't use the buttons that I would have picked.
1D down. Assuming captain's duties.
If you know anything about Nier Automata, this is probably not what you expected it to look like. And that's exactly what I thought. But it's kind of several games rolled into one.
Multiple surrounding enemy air units confirmed. Requesting permission to assume mobile configuration.
Permission granted.
And I mean that in more ways than one. Not only are there 26 endings across multiple playthroughs, it's just multiple different styles of games stacked on top of one another.
Captain, I think
you should have moved. There's obviously a very red line there that you should have been avoiding.
2B to Operator 60. All allied units down. The operation is compromised. Awaiting further orders.
Operator to 2B. We need you to rendezvous with Unit 9S and begin gathering data on the local terrain.
Understood.
Oop, you know, I was gonna brag about how good at these games I am, but now I guess I can't. Those guys got me the first time around. I did not appreciate it. The sad thing is I avoided all the obstacles the first time around, so maybe that would have been better to go with. No, don't force me into the bullets by changing my camera angle. And the camera angle is one of my largest bitching points about this game. And that'll come up a little bit later as well. Because the game does several stupid things with camera angles. Or I shouldn't say stupid, they're just design decisions that I don't agree with.
Heavy damage. Standard complex laser test estimated. Initiating short range control. Activating short-range attack gear. Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Now, bitching aside, I can finally change my... Yes, system menu. I can finally change my stuff. Hang on. System, maybe? Is it under system? Nope. Controls. Controls. Controls is what I want. Fire is going to have to be... Custom... Alright. Fire is going to have to be... Right trigger. And then evade will be right bumper. Let me make sure all that went into effect. It did indeed. Alright. But it's this kind of beautiful combat that's not found in enough games. Oh yeah, I already know how to jump. See, I didn't learn that games... Well, I didn't learn how to use shields in games until Dark Souls. And given how old I am, you should understand how much of a problem that is. Because I was in my mid-20s when I learned how to use what most people would consider a basic function of games. I much prefer games that have a perfect dodge system. You may have noticed I've pulled one off already just when I split into like 4 people and got all holographic and shit. Like that. And slam, and you're still not dead?
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite. Is that our target?
Negative. This enemy is unrelated. Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You know
You don't
nothing,
say.
operator. But this game scratches several itches that I have all at once. Combat on a massive scale. Beautiful combat. When does my pod special unlock? And then, of course, bullet hells. And it makes me sad that I don't get the opportunity to play games like this on the channel, just because A, there aren't many indie games with the level of polish I would want to consider it beautiful combat. And B, I don't know how long this takes.
Communications recovered.
2B, I'm transmitting your pod code.
Like I've already mentioned, this game has 26 different endings. And each of the
Program
playthroughs
download complete.
requires several hours of work. Oh yeah, I forgot. Perfect dodges also give you options for a couple of special attacks. Like if you hit the trigger while you're doing a perfect dodge, you'll do like this weird cannon thing that I haven't been able to figure out the origin of yet. But yeah, committing to a playthrough of a game like this that takes hours per playthrough and requires multiple playthroughs to do everything, it's just not something I can justify for the channel. And besides, I just enjoy games like this. I'd like to sit back and just bask in the combat. Oh, no. I forgot, I can't dodge that. I mean, I probably can dodge that, but I just didn't set myself up to dodge it. Oh, right, I forgot I had this again.
Better make sure he's actually dead next time. That was dangerous, man. You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
So, was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came here to take out?
No, just another defensive system.
Oh. Well, I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit, so I'll take a look around the perimeter.
All right. I'll work my way inside from the ground.
I had a flight unit too. And I'm not going through this just for fun. I'm going through this because there's a game mechanic I overlooked on my first trip here. And I'd like to see how it plays out now that I'm aware of it. But this falls into the realm of those action platformer, like, not necessarily RPGs, but games with RPG elements. And I just love that, like in the realm of Darksiders and Devil May Cry. And the combat just feels so good. Like, it's... Oh, while I'm thinking about it, this game is definitely fair with the combat. It's not that Assassin's Creed style, everyone takes turns hitting you kind of thing. If you're stuck in a crowd, and that crowd swings their axes all at once, you're going to feel every last one of those. Ooh, let's see if I can do this real quick. But you're going to feel every last one of those hits. It's tough, but fair. And I'd also like to do, you know, a Dark Souls style game for the channel, which is why I'm excited about Shadows Die Twice. But again, not sure how long it is, not sure how much time I'd have to commit to it. And I'm probably just going, just based on the difficulty, I'm probably just going to want to sit around and play it by myself, so don't expect to see that on the channel either.
2B? Ma'am?
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
Do it, bitch. But yeah, this is almost not even a gameplay video as much as it is a vlog about things that I like. And I'm playing a game while I talk about them. And just for reference, I don't have the achievement that you get for staring at 2B's butt 10 times. Only about 12% of players have it, actually. Cool. But you see what I mean? I just killed a bunch of stuff all at once. Can I go ahead and open up the shortcut? But that actually gives me an opportunity to highlight one of my problems with the game. It turns certain things into almost a completely different style of game. And it'll be more obvious later. That's just a shortcut back to an earlier portion of the level. I actually didn't find that until right now, so I don't know where that one goes. We're not going to find out either. But I can try as hard as I want to run off of this, but this game has now become a 2D side, well, 2.5D side-scroller. And I'm sure you probably don't understand why that's frustrating right now, but if you do decide to play this game, once you get to the amusement park, it'll become very clear why that's frustrating. Oh, I can just run. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. I was wondering if I could line it up while I was jumping. It's not really fair. I knew he was there. Oh, I really thought that the laser would stun it. Why'd you have to follow me? But the combat just feels so good, and you just feel so powerful. And I'm really into that. Another thing that I have a large problem with, and I'm not sure we'll get to cover it while I'm just doing the intro mission. You've got this big, beautiful open world with...
Confirmed closed.
So open it.
Negative. Nearby enemies are jamming our signal.
Nothing's ever easy.
But you've got this big open world with all these beautiful set pieces. And only about a quarter of them are meshed properly. And that's really annoying. And for those of you who don't know what that means, what I mean by not meshed is that you'll see something with a big open hole in it that you can't actually go through. So while it looks pretty, it's not actually terrain. Invisible walls, I think, would have been a shorter way to say it. Oh, that is another interesting thing. The opening mission sets you on easy mode, essentially. Because it allows you to auto-use healing items. And that goes away without them telling you after this mission. So it was a very confusing time while I died, not understanding why I wasn't healing automatically. And I'm sure you've noticed it by now, but I can be hit while I'm picking up items, and that goes back into the tough but fair thing I was talking about earlier.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right, then. 2B it is.
I would have sworn I could do something to make that fall over and open a new path, but maybe I'm thinking of somewhere different. But that goes back into the tough but fair thing I was talking about earlier. You have to be aware of what's going on around you at all times, because you can just be attacked at any moment. It does not pull punches for you at all. And we're back to being in 2D, or 2.5D side-scroller. Which honestly makes the pod more useful, because now I can only shoot in these directions. I don't have to worry about the angle of attack or anything like that. Alright, both of these paths go to the same place. I wouldn't normally know that, but like I said, I've already done this. But I just wanted to showcase the game a little bit and talk about my preferences. And see, now we've made the switch again between 2.5D and 3D, and now I suddenly can't take out those bullets. I won't say it's a bad design decision, but it's a design decision that I don't agree with.
This place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling with machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just keep coming.
But on top of the tough but fair system, we're not going to encounter any enemies that I'm not capable of beating. But, see, and now we're down to a top-down shooter. Just with no warning. I hate that. But we're not going to encounter any enemies that I can't defeat just with basic skills. But there's very much a get good element, because I've, at level, 18 or 20, fought level 40 enemies in one. It just requires a lot more skill and dodging and a lot more patience, that's for damn sure, because you can't do much damage to them. But for most enemies in the game, you can just run around in circles and still shoot them, and everything will be fine. You'll eventually get where you're trying to go.
Block 43 to Block 12, materials en route. Work Party B, proceed to Cafeteria 25.
What?
It's just accessing random, nonsensical data from the old world. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do.
Block 54 to Block 32.
Have they revealed that these are automatons and not humans yet?
Thank you for another day of
I'm sure they've mentioned humans.
job well done.
I'm sure they've mentioned humans as if they're not humans. Oh, and now that it's a top-down shooter, I can't actually tell when I'm in the air anymore. So it definitely has its frustrating points, but the basic combat, when you're in 3D, like a normal game, everything's okay. And I'm gonna back myself into a corner here and fire my laser. That's the second time the auto healings had to kick in for me. I really thought this would go a lot more smoothly, but I thought I'd gotten better at the game since then. Oh, I could have left a long time ago. I forgot about that. But hi everybody, how are you doing? If you're seeing this, I'm not posting it up anywhere. You're just on my channel, you see that I posted a video and you came and watched it. I just want to say thank you for that. I appreciate you. Oh, and there is fall damage in this game. That's also been very annoying. But it shouldn't matter because you can actually kind of glide down by holding onto your pod. You just gotta know that. They don't tell you that. There's a lot of things they don't tell you in this game.
Bulletproof apparatus detected
Oh, right.
on enemies. Close range combat is advised.
I know.
I forgot they introduced this so soon. Is that everybody? Oh, there you are. Why were you hiding? But I just love games with perfect dodges. Like, you just feel so badass because everything slows down a little bit. And then you get to do some cool, badass stuff that you can't normally do. Like in Bayonetta, it's witch time, I think. I could have just locked on and made myself. And see, now we're back to top-down shooter again. And apparently this is something that Yoko Taro tends to do. Which means that I probably wouldn't like a lot of Yoko Taro projects. Oh, and another thing I want to point out, it won't come up during this, but everybody said that you didn't have to play Nier to understand Nier Automata. That is not true at all. Well, you can play through the game without knowing anything about Nier, but the plot makes a hell of a lot more sense if you've played the original Nier. Because there are some secrets that are being kept from our characters here that you would know if you played Nier. Ooh, level 4. Oh, that was everybody? Oh, hey, I think we're almost there.
I surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
Speaking of Devil May Cry, I think I'm gonna play some of that after this. I've got it, I just haven't started playing it yet because I've been trying to catch up on YouTube stuff.
Is that?
Because I was out of town.
You mean the birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be. Probably because the environment's changed.
And then we talk no more about that ever. I don't know why I'm collecting items. I'm not going to be playing through this file anymore.
There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out? It's not like Command to get a location wrong. I guess even they get bad intel from time to time, huh?
I wouldn't bet on that.
We're about to hit another moment that just makes this game feel so goddamn good, and it's not in enough games. Not this. This is the same as the first one.
Alert. High-power jamming detected. No response from long-range communications.
Doesn't matter. I'll just take him out.
Well, it's kind of the same. I know there's another one behind me, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. Oh, man. Yep. I went the wrong way with that. All of this is completely dodgeable, by the way. I'm just being a dumbass. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Is that?
Target enemy detected.
I was talking about combat on a large scale before. That was just the arm. That old style God of War ant versus a giant. Just, I'm going to beat the shit out of this thing because I can moment. And it's just not featured enough. Yeah, the key to that is just to be brave and stay exactly where you are. And now we just wait. I feel like this was easier the first time. Like, I definitely don't remember taking that much damage from those. Oh, right. Those were a problem now. There you are.
To me! What's your status?
This is the target. I'm going to destroy it.
Isn't this cool? I'm just gonna do some badass take on a giant flaming robot shit. And that's okay, because I can.
Alert. Incoming enemy attack from below. Proposal. Evade.
And I'm not much of a shooter person either. I just prefer sword combat. But this kind of... this puts it in a context that I'm okay with. Oh, got a little bit shy with that one. It took me 2 dodges to get out of the way of that one. I just went a little bit too early. Here we go again. And it takes a while, but I don't really feel like I'm in any kind of danger. And that has nothing to do with having done this before. It was just the same the first time.
Hacking in. Boost!
9S! Nine
9S black box signal detected. No response to communications.
I'm going after him.
But yeah, this game is just great if you just want to feel like a badass robot lady with some swords. Which, honestly, I often do.
Send a support request to command.
Negative. Communications have been jammed.
I just love the concept of fighting building-sized creatures. Get out of my way, I'm busy. You can't really fight building-sized creatures with a sword most of the time, but that's part of what I love about Kingdom Hearts, too. Just giant things just getting beaten to death with a key.
9S! I have to help 9S.
Okay.
I have to repair him. Hod, get me staunching gel and logic virus vaccines. Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut up!
current...
Just do what I say!
2B. Just go.
You shut up too.
We're soldiers. We take pride in our service.
HO-229 Flight Unit. Command 677 received. Usage rights transferred from 9S to 2B. Requesting acknowledgement.
Please.
All right.
Ooh, I was in the exact wrong spot for that.
It talks? I didn't know the machines had that kind of intelligence.
I found a weakness in the target. Hacking in to provide support. The control on the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod. Should be able to take it over.
I told you to shut up!
Control of upper arm. Seized from enemy unit. Marking weak point.
Got it.
Ooh. Ouchies.
Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
I talked about it a little bit too early, but this is the moment I wanted. The "why are you hitting yourself? I ripped your arm off and I'm going to beat you with it" moment. It's just so goddamn satisfying. Fuck your arm. I don't need it anymore.
You just die already!
Seriously, if anybody's got any indie game suggestions that have like combat styles like this, I'm all for it. Please let me know in the comments.
Talk about bringing the battle to them. To be.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Oh, great.
And I would gladly take on all three of them.
I don't imagine that this is going to end well.
Let me at him.
The black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
Doobie, it was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.
That's it. That's the whole game. I'm kidding. But that's about as far as we're going to go. I guess we'll let this play out as much as it can while I'm still talking. But I just wanted to do this to test some settings out and play a game that I really enjoy for the channel, because I know that I can't commit to doing huge games like this all the time, but this is strictly within my wheelhouse. This is the kind of game, alongside action platformers like Spyro and Crash, just from my childhood, it's stuff like that that makes me feel really good when I'm playing it. And I know I play a wide variety of things, but this is what I come home to. At the end of the day, this is what I'm doing in my off time, kicked back in a recliner, just loving every minute of it. And I wanted to share that since I had some free time. But until the next video, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and thanks for stopping by. Bye.